welcome everybody. This is the final, well, almost, there's like a sneak peek later on, presentation at Devcon. So I wanted to take this opportunity briefly before I start to do a couple of thank yous. So firstly, and hopefully we can get some rounds of applause here. So I'd like to say a massive thank you to Wes and Anne for hosting the session for the last 2 days, and for Olaf contributing to the breakouts. And then another one, and I'm not even going to try and list all the people that are involved, but all the people that are behind the scenes, the people that are up there on that deck helping us out with the AV, the people that have been hosting the front desk, people down here like Mariella, who's been everywhere for the last few days. So thank you very much to them as well. Massive appreciation. Okay, so I know this session's always really anticipated, so without any further delay, let's get on. So Liferay is looking to deliver the best possible platform for you to deliver your tailored solutions on. And remember that tailored doesn't mean starting from scratch. So what we want to do, what our goal is, to provide out-of-the-box capabilities for all platform participants, whether they're content creators, web developers, commerce managers, app developers, or marketing and sales teams. We want to retain all of the flexibility that you have known about Liferay for years to help you address your specific business needs. Well, one of the challenges is actually focusing this enough. If we covered every in-development or planned feature, every idea we have, we'd be here until next Devcon. So for this presentation, we're really just going to scratch the surface and focus on what we're planning to deliver in 2025, focused around these 4 areas. So we're going to talk about content promotion, we're going to talk about content management, we're going to talk about low code, and we're going to talk about commerce. So promoting content from dev to UAT to production is a critical task in any implementation. Liferay's current capabilities have been a little bit patchy. We have some limitations. We have different approaches in different places. So in some places, you might have some modern tooling that allows you to export as JSON and cleanly import into other environments. In other areas, there might be nothing available to you at all. And in other areas, you might have to rely on LAR export and import. And I know you all know how challenging that can be, making sure that you've got identical versions, making sure that you synchronize the different imports and exports that you do. So all this tooling sometimes lets the users down, and that results in manual efforts, it results in wasted time, potential errors, and content potentially being duplicated or maybe even missing entirely, and so on. So instead of trying to fix what we have, we've gone back to the drawing board to develop a completely new approach to content promotion. The new tooling will include the ability to specifically target and package just the assets you need to promote, while ensuring that all the dependencies are respected, all the links are preserved, and so on. You'll be able to decide how and when this is to take place, whether it's a new promotion, just a delta, or pushing a full update. With the new tooling, you'll be able to export and import with confidence, knowing that everything will work perfectly in the target environment. And of course, all this translates to increased efficiency, reduction of errors and inconsistencies, increased adoption and engagement for users, faster migrations with less downtime, and that all frees up your teams to focus on their more strategic goals. So 3 pillars, or 3 primary pillars, if you like, of Liferay's content management are to allow users to accelerate content creation with native tools that allow them to create and update content without using any code, to give autonomy to users while keeping the right content governance that you need, and to reduce the time to get the right content to the right audiences. So let's talk about how some of the CMS features we have planned align with these key pillars. We want content authors to focus on what really matters to them, and that's creating compelling content. To help them to do this, we're introducing a unified content hub to act as a central command center for all of these assets. It won't matter whether those are web content articles, documents, images, media, knowledge base articles, and so on. All of them will be able to be managed in one central location. The goal here is to eliminate the complexities of content authoring, creation, and management to make it easier to create, edit, publish, and collaborate on that content. This centralized approach not only simplifies content management, but also fosters collaboration across teams. And in doing so, you're breaking down those content silos. You're creating a unified environment where everyone can access and use the resources they need. And all of this will lead to increased efficiencies. Now, I have to admit, I apologize. I don't have a demo. I mean, everybody else at Devcon has demoed this feature, so I'm really feeling like I've let you down. But I mean, as you know, we've already introduced generative AI into the platform in a number of areas. We have the ability to create content using AI, to generate images and so on, to do translations of content. But the role of AI is only growing, and we're working to seamlessly integrate AI throughout the CMS. So we've already talked about our new chatbot-based approach, which is taking you beyond just generating content and images, letting you generate categories, letting you generate blogs, letting you generate complete pages by importing images, whether those are high-res mock-ups from something like Figma or something drawn on the back of a napkin. But we want to go further than that. We want to go beyond page content and page creation and content creation. We're going to be using AI to analyze content performance and to actually make recommendations on areas of improvement. So we're going to be using AI to predict future content needs by analyzing user behavior and trends to suggest topics and formats that resonate with the audience. So all of these enhancements to our content management features together are going to make the entire content management lifecycle effortless. Okay, there's a lot going on in this content discovery section, so I'm going to try and take my time and break this down. So in any implementation, it's really critical that you can allow your users to find the information they need as efficiently as possible. Anyone that's used Liferay will know that there are often multiple similar ways of achieving similar or even the same results. And often it's difficult to work out which one of those approaches you should be using without literally trying them all, trial and error. So as an example, as you all know, we have a number of different ways that allow users to find content, to find assets. One approach using collections, another approach using search pages and blueprints. So the first part of our content discovery initiative is looking to integrate collections and blueprints into a single search building tool. The benefit here obviously will be that the tool will simplify both the process of building rich content discovery experiences for non-developers and at the same time providing powerful tools for advanced users to ensure that their needs are met as well. Then we're adding additional advanced search options. So with new filtering, new sorting options to help users find the most relevant content. And in doing so, end users will have an improved and more efficient search experience. And of course, all of this leads to any reduction in time spent searching, and that in turn leads to a direct improvement on their productivity. And then to wrap up content discovery, there will also be enhanced customization options to make it much easier to achieve specific display requirements while minimizing the need for extensive coding. And all of this means that Liferay will provide simplified search tools, simplified search building, advanced search capabilities, and improved customization flexibility to support both non-expert and advanced users. Okay, let's move on from content. Let's talk about low-code application building. We'll go into the details over the next few slides, but the primary objective here is to involve a wider range of people in the application building process. So what we're talking about is more advanced tools for non-developers and also empowering developers with tools they need to help them to work smarter and faster. And all of this is designed to improve developer experiences and in turn support a faster time to market for the custom solutions that your customers need. As you know, building applications is often complex, expensive, time-consuming, and of course involves coding. So we're working on the capability to export your data schemas from objects as UML files, that familiar and well-established framework. And one of the benefits there is that you'll be able to share those models around the organization using the modeling tools, using the UML modeling tools that other users across the organization are familiar with. And then the models in turn can then be taken from those modeling tools, the familiar modeling tools, and brought back into Liferay to actually rapidly generate real-world application. So we're eliminating the need to build everything from scratch to let you focus on the unique capabilities that differentiate your applications. And I actually just wanted to pause here for a second. You may not be able to see this particularly well, but I think a lot of you know that we recently launched some LMS capabilities in learn.liferay.com. This is the relationship model that we have in Learn for all of the components that make up the LMS. So, I mean, we talk about using objects and building relationships between objects and other objects. And often in the examples we talk about, maybe there's a ticketing application with a relationship between the tickets object and the user object. Here we have, 15 objects that are all interrelated, all working together to deliver really rich, empowering learning management capabilities inside Liferay. So if you've used objects already, you'll be familiar with State Manager. State Manager lets you define a field as a state field, and then you can build state-based workflows for your objects that include things like actions and notifications. So we're enhancing these capabilities with powerful workflow automation features. These new tools will let you build and configure automated processes, schedule actions to trigger automatically, define SLAs directly within workflows, use automated assignments to streamline task allocation, and then track compliance with those SLAs and automatically trigger escalations if needed. All of this will help to ensure that tasks are completed efficiently, on time, by the right people, without the need for manual monitoring. And then we're also adding new features to allow users to control those custom notifications, providing the option for them to opt in or opt out to ensure they receive the notifications that they need without being overwhelmed with information they don't need. Like developing applications, developing APIs can also be complex and time-consuming. And of course, as you know, APIs are becoming increasingly important in any application. It's a ghost. It's nothing to do with me. In any application, whether to expose aspects of the application in a headless fashion or to consume those APIs from a customization like a client extension. So Liferay's new API building capabilities will provide the ability to build new APIs without needing to write any code at all. So when building those APIs, you'll have the power to apply pre-filters to ensure that only the required data that you want is returned, is exposed through the API. You'll be able to build custom get, put, post, patch, and delete endpoints to meet your specific needs. You'll be able to manage different versions of your APIs, and you'll also be able to add batch support to guarantee efficient, scalable data access. And I've completely lost control. There we go. No. Okay, and then once the APIs are built, Liferay's Dataset Manager can be used to define display views for the data, again without writing any code. So Dataset Manager lets you configure filters and sorts and pagination, and then it provides custom actions so that you can trigger updates to be made against the records that you're displaying, or even call entirely separate APIs to perform almost any action that you might be able to imagine. So combined, the ability to create the APIs and then the ability to render the information returned from those APIs allows you to effortlessly expose your data without writing a single line of code. Okay, moving on to our final group of upcoming product features, the ones that relate to commerce. So for commerce, we're building out-of-the-box experiences to expose the information needed by commerce managers, by order managers, and by category managers. So as an example, if there's a sudden surge of orders for a particular product, a commerce manager might need to log into multiple systems to check the inventory levels, contact suppliers, and update shipping schedules. So we're working to eliminate this hassle by providing instant notifications about the order spike, along with real-time inventory data and supplier contact information. And all of this is being built on underlying improvements to the admin experience. You're going to see this first with commerce, but over time we'll be enabling the creation of custom admin interfaces throughout the platform. And this is using the same page builder that you're all familiar with for building site pages, utility pages, display page templates, and so on. And as you might expect, there's a place for AI within commerce as well. So the first capability we're introducing is the new conversational sales agent. This will guide customers to the perfect product or service using intelligent recommendations any time of the day or night, even when your real agents, your human agents, are sleeping. By recommending relevant products to buyers, the agent will help to increase sales and revenue opportunities for sellers. We'll also be incorporating AI to streamline order and shipment inquiries, returns and reorders, to help to provide quick answers to customer questions as well. Okay, this seems to be a bit of a trend for me with my sessions when I say, hey, we've got 4 groups of things we're talking about, and then there's actually 5 in the presentation. So if you were paying attention at the start, this wasn't one of the ones I said I was going to talk about. What we wanted to do here was to really call out the marketplace and the things that we're doing to extend the marketplace. This is not, as you would expect, a specific set of enhancements to DXP, but it does relate to how we can use the marketplace to grow your opportunities to monetize the applications that you might be developing. So as you probably know, Liferay Marketplace has been completely rebuilt and now offers not just traditional apps, but also cloud apps that can be deployed automatically once obtained or purchased. But we're not stopping there. We're working to bring the ability to browse, purchase, and install components directly from within the Liferay UI. So if you remember our old marketplace implementation, we're not talking here about just embedding the entire marketplace in a frame. What we're talking about is if you're building a page, you'll be able to instantly see if there are additional fragments available in the marketplace that might suit your needs and install them on demand. So we're making this in context with what the users are doing inside those applications. So here we're going to be starting with payment methods, then we're going to be adding support for fragments, and then over time we'll add support for object definitions, for page templates, and so on. And then our final update for today is connectors. So we're going to be using the marketplace as our vehicle for making connectors to widely used third-party systems available. Right now, we're working on connectors for systems like marketing automation, to credit bureaus who provide Know Your Customer or KYC checks, and so on. But what's really exciting here is that we'll be soon launching a platform, a program to seek strategic partnerships with partners and developers to develop more connectors. And this program will provide opportunities for you to monetize the developments of client extensions, of connectors, of components, of fragments, and so on. And of course, as I said previously, with the ability to browse and install these directly through the Liferay UI, these will be far more visible to users than the old marketplace model ever was. So we're not quite ready for the launch yet, so please keep checking the marketplace for details. And we really want you to help us to extend the reach of Liferay DXP beyond its core capabilities. So that's pretty much all I had, but maybe you've not had enough. So not quite an encore, but from early next year, we will have a roadmap available on liferay.com. This will be publicly available. It'll be kept fully up to date, so you'll always know what's coming down the road. And that really is all I have. So thank you very much, everybody, for your time.